For me, volunteering means helping other people who are in need of help without getting any money.
For me, volunteering means the opportunity to have a self-enriching experience and at the same time doing something positive for the community you live in or you feel attached to.
Is a way to help your community, however big or small it can be. It could be the world community, it could be your neighborhood, it could be your family, maybe your friends. And apart from that, I think it's a way to have an experience to learn about yourself, to learn who you are.
For me, volunteering means to be enthusiastic, energetic, and always ready for helping others.
Working to have an impact on global societies without necessarily gaining something financially or other means in exchange.
Volunteering to me is a work with pleasure without salary.
To do something to somebody free, personal development, and have new friends, international friends.
To meet new people, to self-develop, to feel that you're helping somehow, that you're doing a good thing, and not because you get money from it, just because it makes you feel good and it makes your society feel good too.
Yeah, I think volunteering is also helping. That is doing something both for you and for the others, or use your experience, your education, your knowledges.
Volunteering is for me is kindness and many smiles and happiness that you give people and bring from them. You do something, you feel happy and proud by the result of your work.
Volunteering for me means do things that you like and get pleasure for this.
It is the best way to help others and at the same time to enjoy.
The best practice of volunteer, I remember, the best example, was when a full cargo ship wrecked in front of the coast of northern Spain, and thousands and thousands of volunteers helped to clean the beaches.
My best experience of volunteering is when I worked with people with disabled, exactly with blind people. Just we played performance for them. It was specific and it was very amazing to everyone.
The best experience in my volunteer life was in last year. We did some environmental project. We plant trees in some rural areas of our city. And now when I pass from these places, these rural areas, I saw some people, some children play there. And it makes me happy because I did something for my city, something for my country, something for the world, volunteering.
My best example of volunteering was last year in the Philippines, where I was human rights observating with an organization called International Peace Observers Network. And the most challenging during the work was, besides the work, the poverty that's around you all the time, and you actually cannot help anybody.
The best experience in my volunteering was work with disabled people.
For me, was chance to be involved in cultural activities.
When I helped homeless children and teach them in the school, do some activities about their happiness and about their pleasure. It was very good.
My volunteering life was in South Children's House. We were turn and prepare football camp, and it makes me happy because we did it as a volunteering, and everyone was happy.
To donate blood to blood cancer children, and that encouraged me to start my voluntary work because it's very, exciting feeling that you realize that you're a little bit important for the others and that you can do something good for the others.
For me, the best practice I had with volunteering was last March when I visited an NGO called IBIS in Rio de Janeiro. They were working with children in order to get them back out of their violent drug gangs. And that was at the same time the most challenging thing because it was really difficult, because it was really violent.
My last experience, volunteering experience, was 2 years ago with my organization Bring to the Future. It was in a mountain, it was in a village in the mountain in Azerbaijan, and we made some community works and some cleanings in this mountain, in this village.
As best examples, I can say that me and Diana are starting a new project called EcoBus. This is for sustainable development in our community.
But volunteering has also its difficulties. What can not encourage the others, young people, to do volunteer work, and the most important thing that is really challenges. Lack of motivation. I don't have exact motivation to do a thing for the others, maybe. I think there is no one to say thank you for you after your work, volunteer work. But I think this is also a chance for volunteer to make a self-development, that is to overcome this problem.
But I think the main challenge for volunteering is to be able to manage volunteers to commit in the long term for projects.
But if you do volunteering with in the background, sitting behind a computer, working for funds, then it needs a whole extra level of volunteering, and I'm doing that now. And I think it's very important then to have a cause that really grabs you, a cause that really has your heart. So even though the work might not be as exciting and might not be as rewarding as it would be to work directly with people, I think if the cause is good enough, you'll work for it.
I once volunteered in Barcelona, in my city, and we had a really good coordinator. Like, she would always call you and ask you for things, and sometimes it was like, I'm okay, I don't need that much, attention. But it was really okay, because in another occasion I had a coordinator who was not really caring at all, and that was a big challenge, because then you feel it doesn't matter what you do.
They have to have motivation around world to be peace.
Volunteers for peace building at first have to be tolerant, communicative person, energetic, and have to be motivated for peace building.
Volunteers for peace building volunteers, it's very necessary to have analysis method before volunteering. You must learn some methods of analysis as triangle, ABC triangle, conflict tree.
I think it's very important that we speak with each other, so that we're not in different places, but that we have a common place to be, that we share toolkits, that we share experiences and failures, because failures are very important too.
Consider that organizations and NGOs could share their best practice and their projects in networks on the internet, so that volunteers could have them as a database to consult and be inspired by that examples of well-done, accomplished projects.
We can use tools like forum theaters, like newspaper theater. They can also do some simulation games, also some cultural events, etc. They can meet together without any reason, without any training or seminar.
With the help of internet, media, internet, for example, with social websites like sharing their information with volunteering or experiences just by sending it to their friends, or just sharing these videos.
You can use social media, of course, the best examples of other peace building activities that can inspire you, motivate you. Of course, you can use forum theaters.
So I think very important for the volunteer is to have a very good preparation before they leave the country, if they go to another country. And if you work in a conflict setting or with peace building, it's very, very important that you know about the conflict, that you actually discover the conflict by yourself by a lot of tools like actor mapping, that you know who's involved in that conflict and how you can, where the conflict comes from and what kind of consequences it has.
The tools youth can use for their peace building activities are social media, which is really important, and at the same time trainings and seminars can be really important. We used at a seminar in Georgia the idea of World Cafe, in which you interactively present your idea.
The most important tool for volunteers to have, I think most of the volunteers already have it, is a curious mind. I think to be a good volunteer you have to have as much information as you can, know as much as you can about the situation and about what you're going to do and what impact you want to have. And you can use different tools to do that. You can make actor mapping, you can talk to as many people as you can just to know what am I doing actually and how am I going to do it.